140. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, he's also the champion at 135. He's the WBC champion at 135. Now, sanctioning organizations, they don't usually let you keep two belts in two different weight classes. So the question right now is, if Mikey Garcia is electing to keep his belt at 140, does that mean he's about to vacate at 135? Now, since Mikey decided to keep his belt at 140, he's now being ordered to fight against the number 4 contender, Ivan Baranchyk. If I said that last name right, it's the first time ever pronouncing it. So this is who he would be ordered to fight if, once again, he stays, I shouldn't say if, because he's already decided to keep the belt at 140. So there's a very good chance he may fight Ivan at 140. But then, see, the problem is, what fight is more attractive? Would it be a more attractive fight for Mikey Garcia to fight Robert Easter and unify the titles? Because Robert Easter, he's also an undefeated champion at 135. So would it make more sense for Mikey Garcia to fight the undefeated Robert Easter, who's been aggressively calling out Mikey Garcia? Well, you know what? Let me ask the question this way. What fight is more attractive in your guys' opinion? Garcia versus Baranchyk, or Garcia versus Robert Easter? Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do another edition of DBN Polls, where I give you guys an opportunity to participate. I want you guys to place your votes. There'll be a little icon on your upper right-hand corner, and if you click on it, it'll give you some options on who you can choose. Who do you think Mikey Garcia should fight next? And what fight would be the biggest fight for Mikey Garcia out of the options that are on the screen? Now, something else you guys need to know is Robert Easter, once again, he's been calling out Mikey for quite some time. Now, Mikey Garcia, he told me in a recent interview that he wanted to fight Linares, and then he would think about fighting Robert Easter, but then he said, you know, I may not fight him, and if I don't fight him, I'm not ducking him, but he said I may not fight him. He talked about how Robert Easter does numbers. He said, but those numbers that he did, because Robert Easter did really good numbers in Ohio, he said, but that was just Ohio. Now, something else Mikey said that was pretty interesting while I was interviewing him, Mikey Garcia said to me, because I said, Mikey, the two best light heavyweight champions in the world are you and Robert Easter. And Mikey Garcia, he responded by saying, well, the only people that think that are just a couple of fans and maybe you. He was talking about me, right? So when he said that, I said, hey, but Mikey, remember, you were the one that told me that the most difficult champion to beat at 135 may just be Robert Easter because of his height, because of his reach. And then Mikey said to me, oh, well, that's what I thought before, but I don't think that way anymore after the Fortuna fight. So that's when I said to him, I said, well, if that's the case, don't you want to be the first person to beat Robert Easter? Don't you want to take that O away from him and unify the belts? And he said, yeah, I want to unify the belts, but we'll just have to see. We'll see what will happen. So once again, guys, what fight is bigger? Mikey Garcia versus Baranchyk, or Mikey Garcia versus Robert Easter? Now, I touched on the Linares situation. Once again, Mikey Garcia, he wanted to fight against Jorge Linares. He said, that'll be my next fight, and then maybe I'll think about fighting Robert or someone else. But Lomachenko really screwed up Mikey Garcia's plans, because Lomachenko is now facing Jorge Linares, the opponent that Mikey Garcia wanted to face next. Now, consensus would tell us that it makes all the sense in the world if you can't get Linares as one of the champions at 135, you take on the other champion at 135, which is, once again, by Mikey Garcia's own admission in the past, is arguably the most difficult at the division. Robert Easter has been saying for quite some time, he's saying the champions need to fight the champions. Okay? So with that being said, what's the biggest fight for Mikey Garcia next? And you know, while we at it, let's go ahead and throw in, well, you know what? I was about to throw in Crawford's name, but Crawford already has a fight against Jeff Horn. And I only said that because, of course, Mikey Garcia, he's been talking about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford, he's been responding to Mikey Garcia, but that's a whole nother story. Once again, Terrence Crawford already has a fight. So let's just keep the options right now between Robert Easter and Ivan Baranchyk. Let's see. You guys go ahead and place your votes, and we'll talk about it later. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Man, you hear the music they playing in this damn gym? Thank God for headphones, y'all.
Yeah. My left stroke just went viral. Sit down, down, yeah. Sit down, down, sit down, sit down, sit down, yeah. Sit down.